Hi, welcome to Gemstone Tarot. This is a reading about how to get your ex back. Strategies, how to play it, what to think, and sometimes whether to give it up as a bad job, okay? I'm not going to hold back in these readings. If it looks like it's a bad idea, I'm going to give you straight whatever I get from the cards. Okay, I've got 3 piles of cards, which I've already shuffled and laid out. I've got solution number 1, solution number 2, solution number 3. It's also going to give us some ideas of what's going on with your ex, some ideas of what you can do about it, okay? So let's take a deep breath. I love that bit of the reading, and a white butterfly just flew past the window, which is really nice. And just choose whichever you are drawn to, 1, 2 or 3. I will put in the description box timestamps for each of them so you can easily find them, okay? Right, I'm just going to put the camera back up. Hello. Let us start. That's good, that worked. Doesn't always work, people. Let's start with number 1. Ooh. So I've got 3 tarot cards. I've got an animal card to show you the kind of behaviour of that animal. And I've also got Doreen Virtue love cards. Romance Angel Oracle cards. Okay, number 1. So, number 1, it looks like this person initially was very passionate and came towards you like a freight train and swept you off your feet and then left you out in the cold. Okay, so you're feeling that wind blow, okay? And yeah, that is an awful feeling. I know that feeling, we've all been there. Right. You may be feeling quite urgent about this person. You may be feeling that there is a particular kind of text message you can send to them. There is a particular letter you can write to them. Does anyone write letters anymore? You do when you break up with someone, don't you? You haven't done for like 20 years and all of a sudden you want to put pen to paper or write a long email. The first part of your strategy for feeling better for any of this is to try and calm that sense of urgency. You've got the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Now the Knight of Wands is someone who dashes towards a goal. But when it's in the reverse, it's a message from the tarot that you need to dial it back. Especially at the moment, lots of planets are in retrograde. And when planets are in retrograde, it's better to work with that backwards retrograde energy than it is to try and push something. It feels like this person does not want to be pushed in any way, shape or form. You may have already tried to talk to them. You may have already tried to text them. They may have gone completely silent on you. In the middle here, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is very happy with herself. She's in her own body. She's on her own throne. She behaves like a queen. She's not moving towards anyone. The grapes and the pentacle are a sign of her being confident about her own sensuality. It rather feels like, with the Queen of Pentacles, that she's giving off the vibe that if you want something from her, you better tromp across that field and come and see her sitting in her throne. She's not getting up for anybody. It feels like inactivity is probably going to be your best friend. It feels like... In A Course in Miracles, it says when nothing is happening, everything is happening. It feels like things are happening under the surface, but if you push it to try and get answers out of this person, you will push them further away. We've got the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. Feels like they left you out in the cold. but it also feels like they needed space. And the more space you give them, the better it will be for you. And that just isn't going to be what your instinct is. Your instinct is going to be to drive it forwards. So if you haven't gone no contact, I would. Now they recommend sort of 30 to 90 days of no contact. It's like chewing off your own leg, I'm not going to lie. But it feels like it would break the energy that's between you at the moment. And it does need to be kind of interrupted. At the moment, you're more in the position of pursuer and they're more in the position of retreating. And it needs to somehow come back to neutral. So, you get the cardinal. And this is about physical and spiritual being out of balance. And again, with the Queen of Pentacles, she's very grounded and very balanced. So this would indicate intake of breath and groaning, all right? Some exercise plan. Don't shoot the messenger. Obviously check with your daughter, check with your doctor first, but something that involves earthiness, like walking. I mean, it doesn't. You don't have to be a gym bunny to be doing an exercise plan. Walking in parks, woodland, grass, earth, getting yourself grounded, getting fresh air, getting out of your head. You also get retreat. If you're feeling like dating again, I would put that on hold as well. I would put everything on hold. It's a complete solution of inaction, retreating, stepping back into yourself, getting back into an exercise routine, getting into the physical, even getting some of your hair done, looking at your physical attributes, you know, bigging them up. If you've got great curly hair, get some nice glossy stuff and put it on there. Whatever it is, if you've got nice feet, buy some nice shoes. It's about the physical, it's about feeling grounded, and it's about causing and interrupting energy. It's about breaking the thread of being the pursuer with this person, because they're feeling pressure from that. And until you can kind of get back in your seat, be the queen in your field, sit on your throne, munching that big bunch of grapes, and having the feeling that they can come to you, your vibration to them will be off. Once you get into that feeling, once you get that vibration that they can come to you, that's when they're much more likely to get in contact. If you get in contact with them, it feels like it might even just be the last straw for this. It feels like it's much better coming from them. So your message, number one, retreat. Exercise as much as you can that you feel comfortable with, okay, that gets you out in nature. And whether it's just walking, whether it's running, whether it's tennis, it doesn't matter. But as long as it's quite physical, okay, if you can walk the dog, that's brilliant. Get out there, get your feet dirty, take your shoes off, feel the soil, okay, get yourself grounded. And do no contact, and only when you feel you're in a place of, when you feel that you can breathe again, and when you're not feeling like there's an urgency to contact them, then you can have a rethink. So number one, that's your solution for the moment. I hope you found that useful. If you want a private reading and go further into the situation, have a look in my description box, okay? And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. So best of luck and namaste to number one. Okay, number two. Number two. Wow. Number two, there may have been some kind of push and pull between the two of you. It may have been even that you were more in charge in the beginning and then they kind of got cold, lost interest, got scared, and then you came forward or whatever. There was a power flip, in this relationship. Five of Swords is Venus in Aquarius. It's a fear of commitment, a fear of new relationship. Could have been you, could have been them. I think it was probably them. You also get the Page of Swords in reverse. Thinking is not going to work in your scenario number 2. You may have been strategizing, thinking of ways that you can get in touch with them, or thinking of ways that you can bump into them, being very much up in your head. Air sign cards are about thinking, logic, strategy. This situation just feels more ethereal than that. It feels a lot more emotional than that, and it feels a lot more vibrational than that. You get the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Now, the Queen of Cups is a queen who lives on her throne in the water. Her feet merge into the river. She feels very much in tune with Source. And what she needs to know, she gets from the water and the surface of that cup. Queen of Cups is someone who doesn't use her logical mind too much. She uses law of attraction, she uses feeling, she uses connection with Source. It seems like the solution for you here would be to practice some kind of law of attraction. Until you feel your connection with Source, it's almost impossible for you to attract the love that you want. And if this person is the love that you want, it could keep, there seems to be a disconnect, okay? It may be, especially with the Queen of Cups in reverse, because you're so upset about it, which is perfectly understandable. It could be that you found yourself feeling very despondent, very negative, imagining them with other people, or maybe they do have a new person and you're thinking about that all the time, or you're stalking them on Facebook, all the things that we all do, okay, when we've broken up with someone and we're heartbroken. But at the same time, that is then your vibration. That is then what you continue to get. It feels like if you could get into law of attraction, if you could reconnect with Source, as the Queen of Cups does, if you could get this card on the upright, that you would be giving off a much healthier vibration. And that means falling back in love with yourself. It means falling back in love with Source, your relationship with Source, and also your relationship with love. At the moment, you seem to be thinking about love as heartbreaking because, of course, recently it has been. If you go on YouTube, you can check out any Abraham Hicks is usually, there's loads of people doing law of attraction. Eric Ho's doing it, he's quite good. Abraham Hicks, there's loads of people putting her videos up. It's free, you don't have to pay for it. Look up some law of attraction love videos, okay? See what's happening in those. Find your own way of feeling good about love again, feeling good about yourself again. You know, you can't just always pick it up off a video, copy it and think, oh, well, that worked. Sometimes you got to tweak it so it feels right for you, okay? Don't necessarily make it about this specific person. Just make it about being loved so that you feel loved, whether they're there or whether they're not. Because at the moment you're feeling lonely, you're feeling out of control, you're strategizing, you're in your head, you're probably giving yourself a really hard time, feeling paranoid, checking up on them. All that does is push it further away. Reconnect with yourself. Get back in touch with yourself. Do some law of attraction. Become a loving being yourself to attract love. Love attracts love, okay? Now, I hadn't looked at your animal card, which is really funny because you get the cheetah. And that's not talking about people cheating, okay? I'm talking about the animal, the cheetah. Let's just clarify that. Get clear on your intention, stay focused and move quickly to achieve your goal. when you do law of attraction, it talks about intentions. Intend to be love personified, okay? Intend to be your heart chakra. Intend to be attractive, and you will be. It's about aligning your intentions with source, okay? Your romance angel oracle card is finances and career. At the same time, concentrate on your finances and career. Get off this subject. If you find, and you will sometimes, it's not like you can click into law of attraction and all of a sudden you're really good at it. It takes practice, okay? It takes about 30 days to get into the swing of it. In the meantime, if it's too painful, get off the subject, the whole love subject, and get into work. Finances and career. Doesn't matter whether you're in the most boring job in the universe. Just tell yourself, I'm going to be great at my job today and I'm not going to think about it. Just go into that. Even if it's not your thing, even if it's, you're not an accountant, you don't work at a bank, it doesn't matter. Concentrate on the practical matters, just while it's difficult. Sometimes when you can't get into the right frame of mind with source, which will happen to you in any one day, you kind of get it for 5 minutes, then it goes, then you get it, then it goes. If you find yourself in this Page of Swords energy, if you find yourself checking up, if you find yourself obsessed with looking at their Facebook page, for a start, block it. But then look at your bank account, do your finances, do a spreadsheet. I know it sounds puke, doesn't it? But it works, because when you get off the subject, often that's when your vibration can clean itself up, okay? So finances and career, become an expert at spreadsheets, do your income and your outgoings, tidy up your financial affairs, even declutter your house. Sometimes this can then have a knock-on effect on other things in your life. It affects your vibration. You feel tidier, you feel cleaner, you feel more in control, okay? So be like the cheetah, set your intention. Your intention is to be a loving being, to reconnect with yourself, and then to do law of attraction, okay? Be like the Queen of Cups. Be who you want to attract. I like yours, number 2. That feels good. Leave me a comment. Let me know, okay, how you get on with that. If you want a private reading, do check the description box and do like, share and subscribe, okay? Thank you, number 2. Namaste. Number 3. Okay. Ooh, number 3. Number 3. Okay. I'm going to have a sip of water for yours, number 3, now that I've looked at your cards. Wow. Okay. I'm going to start, which I haven't with the other 2, I'm going to start with your Romance Angel Oracle card because I think it explains a lot. You get past life relationship. You have known each other before. As if that wasn't enough, you then get the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups is my karmic card for karmic love. This relationship has probably been quite toxic. It's probably felt quite toxic. You may have broken up and got back together a few times. Both of you are longing for each other, okay? You've broken up, but both of you are longing for each other with the 6 of Cups. It's difficult when a relationship is a past life relationship, when it's karmic, when it's twin flame, when it's whatever. It's an addictive relationship. This relationship for both of you has been both destructive and addictive because what it's done is it's played into both of your shadow sides from the past, either from your childhood or even from past lives. okay? You also get the moon, major arcana. There's a real feeling here of forces beyond your control to a certain extent. This relationship will have been quite dramatic. It will have been quite toxic. You will have felt you can't live with them. You can't live without them. There's almost no point when you see past life relationships and the Six of Cups and the moon, there's almost no point saying just forget about this person, because it's not really possible and it's not realistic. And I can see from the cards the force of it. I can see the connection. You probably felt like you knew them as soon as you met them. You probably feel like your bodies fit together like a lock and key. But at the same time, you just drive each other insane. The solution here, if you can, and it's a big ask, okay, I'm not going to pretend. Got the Devil in reverse. As if it wasn't enough. The Six of Cups, the moon, the Devil in reverse. The solution here is, while you're separated, to work on that shadow side and to hope that they do the same. Now, this is the thing in relationships. We can't make someone else do what we want them to do. The temptation to do that when you've got the moon, the Six of Cups, and the Devil in a reading will mean that you probably wanted to control them and they probably wanted to control you. There may have been jealousy. There may have been sex addiction between you. Feeling like you can't get enough of this person, you can't live without them, you know? But until you feel like you can live without them, it's not going to work. And that sounds like a paradox, and it is. But a relationship can't run on being addicted to each other, because all addictions run into trouble. They do. They implode. They lead to drama. And although, you know, you can withstand the kind of getting back together thing, breaking up, getting back together thing, the make-up sex, all of that stuff is in the end destructive. So if you chose number 3, if you've got the strength to overcome the pull of this person, you probably would be better served and healthier walking away from it. If you feel you can't, and a lot of you will feel you can't with the power of these cards, you can't make them work on themselves. But you can work on your shadow side. Whether it's insecurity, whether it's body image, whether it's self-love, you know, all of the things that we often find challenging in life, all of us humans, whether it's anxiety issues, whatever it is for you. And when the Devil card is here, it will have played out in your relationship. The only way to break this chain is to work on your own problems, insecurities, whatever you want to call them. And I don't want to call them problems because, you know, we're humans and we're full of light and shade. But there does come a time when you need to have a good look at that shade. You need to throw light on it and you need to accept it. It's self-acceptance, it's self-love. And it's knowing yourself, and it's feeling secure about yourself even with all your faults, physical, mental, spiritual, whatever they are. Feeling that you are good enough. It feels like with this person you felt inferior or insecure, okay? You need to get that confidence back from the bottom up, not just, oh, it'd be great to have my hair done, or it'd be great to buy a new outfit, or whatever it is, or I'm going to pretend and put all nice photos on social media and look happy. None of that. I mean real, nitty gritty. I'm sobbing with my tracky bottoms that are stained on my own with a pint of ice cream, but I still accept myself, okay? That kind of thing. A lovely white butterfly has just gone past the window. Forgive yourself. Love yourself. Deal with that. If you need to get a counsellor or any kind of body healing or Reiki or whatever it is, do it. You deserve it, okay? Work on yourself. And that can shift the relationship between you. It will shift you into a different place. Because even though you've broken up with this person, the place that you share with them energetically is still toxic. If you can clean up your side of the street, that changes everything. No, you're not responsible for them, but you are responsible for you. Your own well-being will come right up, and that can only be a good thing anyway. Your animal card is Roadrunner. Meep meep. And it talks about a sense of humour, okay? Keep your sense of humour. Don't take things too seriously. This is quite serious. The feeling of this is quite toxic. So yes, you are dealing with a serious subject, but at the same time, yes, you do need to learn to laugh at yourself. We are all human. We all make the most outrageous mistakes. You know, it happens. It's who we are. You know, we are our mistakes as well as our successes. When you can accept the light and the shade, the yin and the yang, the negative and the positive of yourself, that will alter the connection between you and this person. Now, whether that means that you come back together again or you don't, in a way, is not the relevant thing for this, because you don't want it that they come back and it all just repeats itself, because you've been on a treadmill here. You want to break that chain. That will breathe new life into the connection one way or another. Wow, yours is a really powerful one, number 3. Leave me a comment. If you want a private reading, check the description box for what's available at the moment. I can feel that. Okay, do like, share and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do let me know. I've got other pick a card readings up at the moment, and also daily tarot for all signs and monthly tarot readings. Namaste. See you soon.